Well, hello and welcome back to my channel, everybody. It's me, Odio, and I'm here today to do a Blu-ray review for you. And this day it's going to be Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Have you seen it? Well, if you haven't, it's going to be a blast from the past to hear about it. Let's get into it. So this movie takes place, well, the movie's from 1993, but pretty much it feels like an 80s action movie. You know, Arnold used to be the vehicle for a whole heck of a lot of those back in the day, and this one was a bit different, but still kind of the same idea. And anyway, in the movie, we're following Danny Madigan. He's like a young kid, you know, preteen, and he likes to skip school. His favorite movie star is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Jack Slater is the name of the action movie guy that he is. Kind of like the Terminator style thing, but he's just a cop, and if you mess with his family or his cousin or his dog like John Wick, he's gonna come get you. And all his movies are filled with explosions and car chases and just over-the-top villains and people on rooftops get thrown. It's fantastic. Honestly, when I was watching this, I immediately thought to myself, heck, I'd like to see these Jack Slater movies that Danny Madigan is watching. This one's good too, but I want some of that. I used to love those cheesy movies. So in this, he skips school and goes to the movie theater, and there's an old guy there, and he says, you know, way back in the day, I met Houdini. Come back tonight, and I'll actually let you watch that new Jack Slater movie early.
Jack Slater 4.
And so Danny's like, oh, okay. So he stays up till midnight, even though he lives in the city. I think it's New York, and it's definitely not safe to go at midnight to see him. Even in 1993, I would not recommend doing that at all. So he stays up super late to go do it anyway because he's going to live dangerously, just like Jack Slater. He wants to go see this movie. So he goes in. He's the only one in the theater. And the old guy like rips the ticket, and he says, this ticket was given to me by Houdini. So he gives him the ticket stub, and Danny's like, okay, cool. So he goes, gets some popcorn, sits down, and he's watching the Jack Slater action movie. And he's really getting it. You see him watching the other ones earlier, right? So he's really getting excited to watch this one. The excitement bleeds through. I'm like, yeah, what's going to happen in this one? Let's get going. So the movie is Jack Slater 4. Jack Slater 3, they killed his son, I think. Threw him off, some guy in a raincoat threw him off a roof. They killed his uncle or something in another one. I think it's his second cousin or something in this one. But anyway, as he's sitting down watching the action movie, this golden ticket lights up, and all of a sudden a bomb falls in the theater from the movie. Like, what is going on? And he ends up jumping and running away and gets into the movie screen, and he's in the movie. He's in the back of Arnold's car as he's going to a car chase scene. It is so cool. I was like, what an awesome idea for a movie, like being able to just go in there. I like that Pagemaster that animated one too, but this was super cool. Even when I saw it when I was younger, I liked it, but it's a novel concept even now. So once he's in there with Arnie, he knows he's in a movie, and Arnie doesn't. He keeps telling him like, hey, what's going on, kid? Just get down. He's shooting at guys and whatever, and because it's in a movie, even if he gets hit with bullets or explosions or whatever, he's the main character. He's got plot armor protecting him. He'll be totally fine. It is a lot of fun, though, when he's actually in the movie with Arnie. They get a lot of moments where he's trying to convince him.
I'll be back. Ha! You did not gonna say that, did you?
That's what you always say.
I do?
He's like, you know, this is a movie. Like, think about it. Like, you're in Commando. You're in Terminator. And he's like, Sylvester Stallone's in those movies. I think he does a great job in them. Because in this universe, they go to a movie store, and it actually is Sylvester Stallone. And he points out, he's like, well, everybody's hot. He's like, well, this is California. Everything just kind of makes sense to Arnold. And then he's even got an old partner who was a cartoon dog. He's like, this guy's a cartoon. He's like, hey, man, he saved my life. He's a good partner. Oh, it was so awesome. I forgot how ridiculous it was. And the way they get partners and stuff in the background, so many ridiculous things are happening. There's a lot of cameos by a lot of other stars, like, and they're in this world. It's great. And it's got all the cliches. Like, he keeps trying to explain, like, it's an obvious, everything is obvious. The chief is the angry chief that every police guy has.
Don't even think it, Slater, you hear me?
You're busting my balls here. You know, City Hall's coming down on me, Jack. And Jack doesn't care. He's always smoking a cigar, survives every car chase, blows everything up around him. Every woman is his type thing.
This is the Lieutenant Governor.
Slater, here's what I... The governor gets here, call me.
It's awesome. But Danny doesn't really want to be in there because it's definitely not safe to be hanging around Jack Slater. And the villain in this, I gotta say, is really good. The villain is Benedict, played by Charles Dance. He's only got one eye, and the other eye has like a target, like I don't even know, like a bullseye in it or whatever. But it's really cool because Danny actually knows about what his plans are and things like that. And Benedict can't figure out how. And eventually it works out that he gets the ticket, and Benedict comes into the real world.
In this world, the bad guys can win.
It's a real switch around when that happens, and I was like, what are they gonna do? And Benedict realized what's going on, starts bringing in people from other movies. You get to see like a vampire. He goes and gets the guy that killed Jack Slater's son. And then eventually Jack Slater and Danny, they go out. They have to chase Benedict out into the real world. Benedict is shocked how shitty the real world is. He shoots people and everyone, nobody cares. It's like New York, I guess. A lot of crime there at this time in this movie anyway. Or no, it's not New. It's in California. It's not New York at all. Why do I keep saying it's L.A.? It's in L.A. And I guess there's a lot of crime there in this movie anyway, so he can do what he wants. He doesn't understand why nobody cares, because usually in the movie, if he shoots something or whatever, Jack Slater will come and stop him, but not in real life. So they have to go out and stop him, and Jack Slater ends up getting really injured. You think he's going to die, but of course, all they got to do is get him back into the movie. And when they finally get him back in the movie, of course, they're like, it's just a flesh wound. Everything is fine, right? So it's great. It's a fun ride with really good action scenes in it. There are lots of big action set pieces and setup. There's some really funny moments. There's a funeral with this guy. He's passing gas in life. I can't remember his name. Someone the fart or something. I don't remember the pass gas guy's name, but Arnie has a lot of good one-liners about it. Danny gets in on them too. But if you like cheesy one-liner action movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, boom, boom, boom. Plus, it's a different concept going into a movie and then having to come back out of it. What would somebody who was in a movie think of our world? I like the fact that the villain was like, wow, this place is pretty much built for him, right? Because the cops can't get there right away in the movie. They don't know he's going to do crime. It was all around a lot of fun. I mean, it's older, but the action and stuff holds up great. The explosions and stuff, it's all practical effects. So I loved it. It's another vehicle for Arnie, and it's another vehicle for you to have a good time on your couch watching this Blu-ray or VOD or wherever you want to see it. But Last Action Hero gets a strong recommend from me. So I'm going to give this movie an 8.5 on the odometer. I really enjoy it. I like the action. I like the big set pieces. Arnold Schwarzenegger always makes me smile. And I like the villains in it. It was just great. You're able to just turn your brain off and have a good time. And imagine what it'd be like if you could go into a movie yourself. And it's like I said, it's old, but it holds up good. You'll have a great time. But thanks so much for watching this far, guys. Really appreciate that. Please like, share, and subscribe to the video. And comment. Let me know if you've seen this movie. What'd you think? Do you like Last Action Hero? And remember, everybody, stay out of trouble.